back to my channel. I'm a little off center today. I get that. I'm doing it on purpose because I honestly think all my focus issues are the fact that my camera is wanting to focus on this M behind me, which I probably just screwed up my focus right now. So I kind of wanted to get in front of the M to see, kind of like a test, to see if that really is the issue. So I'm going to be a little off center, but that way I can just hold up the products on this side. We are talking about the Sephora Friends and Family / VIB sale. It is that time of year again. The best time of the year. This whole September, October, November, December is the best time of the year to me anyways. It's my absolute favorite. And all these sales and new launches are just a huge added bonus. Before I get into the recommendations, which is what this video is going to be about, I do want to let you know, since we're talking about sales, I have updated my blog sale once again. I just placed my Sephora Friends and Family sale and my Ulta 20% off sale yesterday. And after I hit place order, I thought to myself, I got to get rid of some stuff because it's just a little excessive. So I got rid of some stuff, and I got rid of a lot. I probably added like 30 things. So I'll leave that link down below if you want to go check that out. But today we're going to be talking about my recommendations, whether or not you have a code for the Sephora Friends and Family sale, which is going on this week, or if you are just getting your cart ready and your list ready for the VIB sale, which typically happens at the beginning of November. I don't think anybody's gotten the exact date. Now, in order to preface the recommendations, I do need to tell you how I personally shop the Sephora sale. 20% off does not come about that often for some makeup. Now, Ulta, I feel like, puts out 20% off coupons probably every quarter. They don't have limitations to it. But there are some things, a lot of things that Sephora carries that Ulta doesn't carry. So that is kind of what I go for. I go for stuff where it's really going to make a difference to have the 20% off coupon added to it. Now, that's not to say that when I do my haul, you're not going to see some $16 items. But it is to say that if I've been eyeing something that's $120 or $95 or, you know, however much, if I've been eyeing that for a while, I am going to purchase those during the 20% off sale. So that's what I'm going to recommend to y'all. Stuff that you normally would never buy full price, but because you've got the 20% off, maybe you'll think about it. I know a lot of these videos will recommend you stocking up on everyday items, which that's fine. I just personally, when I think of everyday items I get off of Sephora, it's like the Shiseido cotton. Like, is $2 really going to make that big of difference to me in the long run to get it off a $10 product? Do you see what I'm saying? So it's not like that's what I base my sale on. I don't say, oh, I'm going to stock up on my, you know, eye makeup remover and Shiseido cotton pads. It's totally fine, and it's, you know, there's no harm in saving a few bucks here and there. It's just not how I shop. So I'm going to shut up about that anyways, and I'm going to get into my actual recommendations. I am not going to go in any particular order, and in fact, I'm going to start out with a couple of brushes. This is the most expensive brush I own. Honestly, it better be the most expensive brush I ever own. If I ever buy a brush this expensive again, shoot me. It is the Tom Ford No. 5. Ooh, I got to use this hand. No. 5 bronzer brush. This is a $110 brush. Like, honestly, there are no words for that. I bit the bullet because I don't even know if I got this on discount. Did I buy this at a sale? I don't know. I got it because, honestly, everybody and their mama was talking about how absolutely wonderful it is, and I just wanted to see if the hype was real. The hype is real. It's wonderful. The best bronzer brush I have ever used, hands down. The powder brush that I absolutely love is $80, but it's the La Mer powder brush, or the powder brush. I don't know what they call it. It just says powder on the back. Very soft, perfect size. I know Sephora Collection has one similar to this, which some people say is a dupe. I haven't tried it, so I can't be for sure. I just know that I love this brush. Also, look into the Sephora Pro Collection brush line. They have great stuff. They have great brushes. I have quite a few in my kit that I just didn't feel like digging out, and I use a couple personally. Really good quality, and they are a little bit up there in price for individual brushes. So it's another thing you might want to take the 20% off advantage coupon for. Now for foundation, I'm only going to show you one because it's excessively expensive and you get less than an ounce. Yeah, you only get 0.8 fluid ounces, but it is one of my very favorite foundations and I would be remiss not to mention it. The Givenchy Photo Perfection Fluid Foundation with Sunscreen. Honestly, I've done a whole review on this foundation. I will try to remember to link it above. It is perfection. Like it says, it's what I have on my face today. I tried to use a couple of these things today. It is what I have on my face today, and it never, ever steers me wrong. Perfect honey. So if you want to see more about that, you can go back to my review. I have not quite a few, but probably 4 eyeshadow recommendations. The first one is going to be Viseart. I don't talk about Viseart that much on my channel because most of the time I use them in my kit. I do have the Neutral Mattes palette on my eyes today, and this poor thing has been through the ringer. The top broke off at one of my weddings, but that is not going to keep me from using it. It is every neutral matte color you honestly will ever need. These palettes are $80, so the 20% will put a dent in that price. And I believe it's worth every single penny. I did just order or pre-order the Grande Pro palette, which if you haven't seen it, I put a picture of it up on my Instagram. I honestly cannot wait for that palette, and once I get it, we'll probably be selling almost every eyeshadow in my kit that is not Viseart because I will never need another one. This is the Dark Mattes. Again, beautiful, very perfect for fall, and if you were just into these tones. I have the Cool Mattes in my kit from my last gig, and I just didn't feel like pulling it out. And then this is the Sultry Muse. I will say that these are not Natasha Denona shimmer shadows. They are a wash of shimmer on your lid. I personally love them for my clientele. You may not. So if you're going to dive into Viseart and only can afford one palette, I would probably suggest you get a matte one, but I still like the shimmers as well. Other eyeshadows, Natasha Denona, hands down. I have the Cool Bronze color from this 5-pan palette on my lids today. These are the 5-pan palettes I own. Number 5, number 10, and number 8. I have tried her new formula, I think, that she started putting out, and I don't like the shimmers in those near as much as I like the shimmers in these. So if you're looking for shimmers, these 5 pans are the way to go. I'm not going to stick on these for long because I feel like I've talked about them so much, but they are the Giorgio Armani Eye Tints. I have 6 colors right here, and I feel like I have another one somewhere else. I don't know. They are $39 for one, which can seem a little steep, but honestly, they are worth every penny, especially if you can get 20% off. My favorite colors are number 27 Sunset, which is this really pretty kind of pinky, reddish, I don't know, pretty, really pretty color. And number 9 Cold Copper. Now, don't get me wrong, I like every single one of them, but that's it right there. Just a beautiful taupe color. Just get you some. If you don't have some, just get you some. That's all I'm going to say. And this is the Tom Ford Eye Duo something. What's it called? Cream and Powder Eye Color. And this is in the color Golden Peach. I adore this color. It's the only one I have of this. I actually got a single cream eyeshadow yesterday when I ordered, but these come with a nice kind of glitter shimmer topper. This color, if you have blue eyes, I know I say this a lot because I have blue eyes, so I know what works on blue eyes the best. If you have blue eyes, you need that color. It is $62 and most definitely needs the 20% discount to probably justify it, but it's beautiful. I'm not going to put these, I'm going to talk about this as an entire line. Hourglass. Stock up on Hourglass. One of my very favorite brands of makeup, period. The powder products cannot be beat. I cannot tell you how much I love these powder products. We have their ambient lighting powders, which are not a setting powder. They are finishing powders. And I use them to buff my face out. Sometimes I'll use one of the colors to set like under eyes, but I don't use them to set the entire face. That's just me personally. I know some people do. I just, you know. I have dim light, which is good for light to light medium skin tones. I have luminous light, which is a more luminous color. I use this. Can you see how depressing that is? I dropped it at a wedding. Oh, I literally almost cried. If it wasn't the bride's most important day and I didn't want to bring her down, I would have boo-hooed. But this I use on 75% of my clients as a highlight. 75, it's so freaking pretty. Radiant light is what I use on myself every single day to buff out. This is good for medium to darker skin tones. Oh, so pretty. And I can see the crisscross of the pan, which makes me want to cry. I have a couple blushes. I had one more, but it got stolen. I have Dim Infusion, which is a gorgeous peach color, and Mood Exposure, which is a very pretty neutral, go with anything type of blush. These are not going to give you a bam cheek color. They are going to give a beautiful lit from within flush of color on your cheeks, which I personally adore. And then I have a couple of bronzers. This is Luminous Bronze Light, which I know is probably the most commonly talked about. It's gorgeous. Oh, it's so gorgeous. And it doesn't come across on the face luminous, I don't think. It just gives a radiance to your face, but it's not shiny by any means. And then this is Nude Bronze Light. While it looks a little darker in the pan, I actually carry this in my kit to use on my more fair clients. This is actually a matte bronzer. It does not have any of the shimmer in it, but it does still have that nice like ambient effect to it because it does have some of the ambient powder swirled in. Oh, and then this, finally, this is the Brilliant Strobe Light, one of their strobing powders, and I actually have this on as my highlight today. Gorgeous, just gorgeous. A couple more blushes I recommend. Tom Ford. I can't say the whole blush line. I'm recommending this color because it's the only one I have, but it's Inhibition and it's gorgeous, gorgeous. And you'll get, it's a $60 blush, so you'll get, I mean, you'll get 12 bucks off of it. So absolutely gorgeous. And finally, before I talk about lips and skincare real quick, we have the Marc Jacobs blushes. These are $42. Very expensive for a blush, but they are huge. They will last you forever. And they have a beautiful, I don't know, it's like a, you can't mess these blushes up. This is Flesh and Fantasy, and then this is what I have on my cheeks today, and it's 502 Lines and Last Night. Again, I don't think you could go wrong with it, but being a $42 blush, definitely could benefit from that 20% off. Now, lips real quick. I just have one, because here's the thing. I'm a lip gloss girl. I mean, most of the time I'm a lip gloss girl, and the lip glosses that I love are like the Bare Minerals glosses, and what else do I really like? The Sephora glosses, all very affordable, so I'm not going to include those in this video, but I do want to mention this particular lipstick because it's $37, which is the most expensive lipstick I've ever bought, I think. Yes. And it's the YSL Rouge Pure Couture lipsticks. I have on this one right now, and it's number 10 Beige Tribute, a gorgeous nude pink shade. Do you expect anything less from me? And then I have this kind of mini size, and it's in the number 70. I'm not exactly sure what the color name is, but I got this from like a gift with purchase, and I love this color. It's probably one of the more darker nude colors that I have, but I still really love it. So again, look into those if you've been wanting them. I probably sat on that for like 3 years before I actually got it. But I'm really glad I did because I love those lipsticks. All right, finally, skincare. I have 3 things that I'm going to recommend for skincare. If you know me and my skincare journey, I prefer medical grade skincare and not much that I'm currently using that can be bought at Sephora. That's not to say I think their skincare is not good that they offer. That's not it at all. It's just not what I'm using, nor is it something that I can recommend because of it. There are 3 things that I highly recommend. This is something I will never be without in my routine, and it's the Dr. Dennis Gross Alpha Beta Extra Strength Daily Peel Pads. I got the Big Daddy one at the Nordstrom anniversary sale for like, it was like 90 pads. So it's going to last me forever. I use these twice a week. They're absolutely phenomenal in what they do for your skin. It's a 2-minute, basically, glycolic facial. It does have, I think it has lactic acid too. It's got a lot. So I use these in the morning before makeup because I think it really does make your face just smooth and radiant and a perfect canvas to apply makeup over. Highly recommend those. And I would stock up on the biggest size they have, honestly. This, I haven't talked about in a while, but it's not because I don't love it, because you can see I'm almost done. It's the, or at least halfway, the Lancer The Method Polish. This is a physical exfoliant, which is absolutely the best physical exfoliant, that's a mouthful, that I have ever used. It has very tiny, 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 tiny beads that exfoliate. It can feel harsh because there are a lot of the exfoliating beads on there, but they are so small. It's not scratching your face, and it is hands down the only physical exfoliator that I have tried in my 37 years that will wash completely off with water. Every other one that I use, once I go in with my toner and serums, I'm rubbing those beads around my face that I couldn't wash off with water, which is so annoying to me. It's kind of like nails on a chalkboard. So if you feel that way, this is the one you're going to want to get. A couple splashes of your face, it washes every single particle off. But it is $75, so it's going to be something that is more of an investment and worth the $15 you get off. Finally, this is something I only have in a small size, but rest assured, I bought the big size in the sale yesterday. And it's not like luxury prices by any means, but I've said it before and I will say it again. It is the only moisturizer I will use in the winter, period. It's the only one that works on my skin that can sometimes get so flaky dry. If it ever decides to get cold in Tennessee, which the past couple years it hasn't, but I still get tighter skin because the air changes. And it's the Believe True Cream Moisturizing Balm. Like I said, this is just the small one, but I did buy the big one yesterday when I placed my order because honestly, there's nothing like it. If you have severely dry skin and you felt like you've tried everything and you still have severely dry skin, try this moisturizer. And they have two different ones. I had the moisturizing balm, which is the richer, thicker one. Honestly, it cannot be beat. Please, please try it. I have so much other stuff that I probably should have talked about or wanted to talk about, but I've already been talking for 20 minutes. So I feel very comfortable with the recommendations I just gave. So hopefully it aids you in making your list. If you don't have any of these things, if you do have them and you love them, maybe you want to stock up. Like I forgot to buy a couple of things yesterday that I'm going to have to buy at the VIB sale of stuff that I already have, that I'm getting low on and I know I'm going to want to replace. So hopefully this helped you in some way. Be sure and subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss out on any future videos. And comment down below what the biggest, most expensive, fun item you have on your list for the VIB sale. Because like I said, I'm probably going to shop again once the VIB sale rolls around, even though Lord knows I don't need to. But I still want to know what y'all are most excited about buying. So let me know down below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a very blessed day.